A very quiet bidding with my speaker volume apparently turned down. Good morning, thumbs up, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And it is raining outside. Very, not cold, but chill and rainy. So thumbs up for that. Yay. And I was up at 4 o'clock. Well, awake at 4 o'clock, just insomnia. I woke up, discomfort, hurting, just flip-flopping, going side to side. So I got maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep last night. Yay! Hopefully you've been able to sleep more than I have. And front-loading of videos, hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I'm not going to be able to have my Patreon patrons up here again. And I'm going to say why as soon as I'm done here about why I'm having to edit on the PlayStation again. But I do appreciate each and every one of my Patreon patrons. Without your help, I and my aging pet would literally not be able to, well, stay in this house and live on food and such. So thank you. It is appreciated. If you would like to become a patron, I have links to the Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations and an Amazon wishlist link that I still need to update, but I've got so much going on. Ugh. So, front-loading of videos over, yay! So, first off, yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to talk about what little I do. I'm editing this on the Share Factory on the PlayStation again. Why? Because I did some upgrading and updating on the Alienware. I was given a URL for drivers from Dell. So, I went and I downloaded the drivers that were newish, and then I started updating the laptop. I updated the BIOS, I updated a couple of the other Dell / Alienware systems, and then I tried to update the video card but couldn't. Because I went and tried to upgrade and update systems all on my own, I've rendered this almost unusable. Because now, when I'm doing nothing at all, or if I'm playing a game, or watching a video, or just having nothing happen, all of a sudden, the system will just lock. If it's playing a sound, it'll go like, oh, take a... and it'll lock like that for about 4 or 5 seconds. Nothing happening in the system. And then it'll stop and let go, and then lock for another couple, 3 or so seconds, and then I'll go back again and start working again. While it's doing that, the fans go from nothing to pumping hard. And then they stop and the system becomes responsive again. It doesn't matter if I'm playing a game, all of a sudden, whoosh, on the fans, and then they turn off and everything comes back. If that happens while I'm editing, then that's not going to go well. If that's happening while I'm doing anything, that's not going to do well. So just like I wiped out my desktop computer by going through and trying to upgrade it on my own, and now it doesn't work, I tried to update the laptop on my own, and now I basically can't use it for anything like editing or possibly even game playing. And it wouldn't matter if it's the BIOS that does it, because if I reinstall the system, because that's the BIOS. It's a flash thing on the motherboard. So if it's got a wrong BIOS in there that's still mostly working, reinstalling the system ain't going to change that. Now, it might not be anything like the BIOS. It could just be the other things that I tried to install and did install, that they are just making it unusable. I don't know. We shall have to see. But yeah, so far I've tried twice to update my computer equipment, and twice now it's not working well. I mean, it's not unusable as long as I just get used to it suddenly ramping up the fans and locking up for like 10 seconds. And then the fans letting go and it giving me control back. I'm so good. It's not my fault. I don't know why, but yay. So, let's see what else I have here that's on my list. Yeah, I've talked about insomnia, so, oh, here it is. I don't know if you can hear it ramp up. It's been sitting here doing nothing. Now it is locked. There we go. That one was quick because it was doing nothing at all. And then it suddenly ramped up and locked up. And I couldn't do anything with it. So, my leg as well. I'm supposed to go back in on Monday to get the other dose of antibiotics through the IV site. I don't know if I can wait till Monday because at this rate I'm going to be back in the emergency room before the weekend. This morning, lying in bed with discomfort and all that, my leg is more swollen. No heat beyond just normal body temperature. I can't see a lot of red, but it is much more swollen. And while I was laying there, just like that time I'd gone out walking and it felt like an iron rod had been jammed through my ankle and it hurt so bad I stopped and gasped in pain, it felt like a blowtorch was being placed against that very spot on my ankle while I was just laying there. It's not getting better. It's starting to get worse again. I just finished this morning the last of the doxycycline. They want me to call up, the hospital does, so they can do a follow-up, and I'm going to have to call them up for the follow-up and say, I'm not going to be able to wait till Monday. And I don't want to show up on Monday just going straight to the place where they give me the antibiotics and they don't check out my leg, because holy smokes, by Monday I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk up there. So I don't know, maybe the extra swelling and all that is a sign of it healing, but I don't think so, especially since it hurts more. Again, life is so much fun. What else do I have down on here? Really quick on a couple things, checking my time over there. One of them was, I watched a video on how Web3 is ruining current gaming, not because it's taking over, but because investors love Web3 stuff. Now, Web3 is blockchain, crypto, NFTs. Investors love blockchain, crypto, NFT stuff because through normal investing of a game, you have to give them money. They make the game. They sell the game. Did they make enough money to pay the investors back? It's a gamble. But with Web3, they invest and they get the money back right then. Sometimes 3 times what they put in. And then they just cash out, and it doesn't matter if a game gets made. And in fact, 90% of them don't get made. And the ones that do get made usually end up scamming their users or just collapse because the games suck. But investors love these because they don't have to wait and see if they get their money back. They get their money back immediately. And again, once they get their money back, they don't care if a game gets made. In fact, it's probably better if it doesn't. And so investors are pushing for that. And regular stuff, well, that's not paying off. So they're not investing in that. Yeah. And then really quick here, because I really like the Kung Fu Panda movies. Of the 3 Kung Fu Panda movies, there are the 3 villains. I really like the first villain, Tai Lung. I also really like the second villain, Lord Shen. Third villain, Kai, has awesome theme music, and I love the way they time the theme music to his steps when he's walking, or the way his weapons work as he walks. It is awesome. It is a very visually striking villain. I don't see the character's motivation, but that's life. One of the reasons that Tai Lung's story in the first Kung Fu Panda movie, and I'm going to be spoiling it for you if you haven't seen it, is how Po has to kill Tai Lung at the end. And that's what happens. When you get taken to the spirit realm, you're not alive anymore. And Tai Lung was sent to the spirit realm. He was killed. He was murdered. But the thing is, there was no other option for Tai Lung, because he had voluntarily walked himself into a position where he could not go forward. He could not be the Dragon Warrior. But he will not give up until he is. But he can't be. So he's in a position where he can't go forward, and he will not walk back. The only thing you can do is either kill him or imprison him. And he spent, 20 years in prison, basically being unable to move. That's torturing Tai Lung. It's the only choice at that point was, both for everybody else in the valley and the world, as well as just Tai Lung, the only real option was to die. Now, Lord Shen I really like, because some individuals, there's the whole nature versus nurture, but some people are just born broken. If you've ever seen babies, and as they grow up, you know they have personalities immediately. There's nature, there's nurture. Some people are born broken. In the context of the second Kung Fu Panda movie, Lord Shen was born broken and was unable to see things as they really were. His parents loved him, and when they were horrified at what he did, killing all the pandas, he thought, they were horrified and cast him out, and doing that killed them because they loved him so much. They lost their own will to live, but he was unable to see that and still thought up to the end that his parents hated him. But this individual as well, not just a cardboard cutout villain, because I love how he treats the soothsayer in the movie, because he has already shown that if you are not worthwhile to him, you may not live. He's really ready and willing to cast you off from life if you don't please him. But when his soothsayer is no longer of any use to him, instead of an untimely death, it's just let her free. Because he had so much history with her. And that's good. And then the part that I really liked, unlike Tai Lung, who would not accept anything but the impossible, becoming the Dragon Warrior, Lord Shen in the battle with Po, when it's toward the end of the fight and the things are falling down on him, he does not make any effort at that point to futilely or possibly save himself. It's just he lowers his head and accepts it. I love Lord Shen. Terrifying individual. Thumbs up. What else do I have here then? Oh yes, real quick. With the whole inside-outside Razor's Edge thing, it has largely been, especially on the Razor's Edge and on the inside, when you have time, deep time, no particular idea can last forever. Nothing survives deep time. Ideas, thoughts, and things go through cycles and waves. On the inside and on the Razor's Edge, it is the middle of a highly secular wave. It has been highly religious for different reasons and different gods in the past. It will be highly religious again in the future. Right now, it is going through a secular wave. In the cryptid world, it is largely the same thing. But with the whole rise of urban cryptids over the past couple hundred years, a lot of religious stuff is coming back into the cryptid world, which is why I would imagine that, like corporations, except not as bloodthirsty or as blatant, any organization like, oh, say, Vatican or any other type of church would have a cryptid network where cryptids who deal with human beings become a part of the religious organization. It might be, especially since most cryptids are hard to interact with and see and keep attention upon for normal humans, that it's largely just for the cryptids out there that need some spiritual guiding. But yes, I could see, as I'd mentioned yesterday, that there would be cryptids out there who, using their broken moral compasses and their religious training, that yes, if you are suffering and you accept your Lord and Savior, they will devour you to end your suffering. Only, of course, if you are terminal. They wouldn't just eat you on their own for their own professional purposes. On their own they may, but for professional purposes, you have to be terminal. So yeah, I could definitely see that, and I may go through and have to explore that. Had I already mentioned now about how with one of the reasons that I had really dived in, I figured out this morning on the entire Dempsey family, was I have been talking before about how there are cryptid human relationships with cryptid human families. This one let me do a deep dive in to see what a human cryptid relationship would be like with an urban cryptid. And I got to see it. I got to know now exactly how these things would run. They're going to be different with each relationship, but yeah, there's cryptids that they just, if you're like cryptid like Clausy, who is a plant-type cryptid, who is, she still looks human. She's in her 40s. She's had a daughter, Polly, who still runs around and does stuff. She has several litters of kits in a year when she's breeding. 2 or 3 litters a year. Of those, you have anywhere from 1 to 6. Unfortunately, there are also runts. Now, a runt in a litter of cryptids are those, they are cryptid, but their cryptid presence is not high enough for them to interact with the cryptid world. They have human cryptid presence with a shut third eye and a cryptid body. Generally, they just eat the runts. You can have anywhere from no to all runts in a birth. It tends to not be high, but since forever there has always been runts. Of those that aren't and do survive, in the past, of course, hundreds and thousands of years ago, even tens of thousands of years, yeah, there would have been violence and such like that because there weren't a lot of urban cryptids or even rural cryptids. They were mostly feral cryptids. But now in an urban setting, especially in more modern times, it used to be with the connection with your family was if you were a cryptid father and one of your children was eaten in front of your eyes, your general reaction would be something along the lines of, whoa, well, that was bad. Well, you know what? We can always make another one once it's rutting season. These days, though, with the way that the urban crowd of cryptids is changing, the reaction from an urban cryptid father would be, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it sounds like, oh, that's bad. Oh, well, we always make more next running season. So things are changing, and it's not under their control, and things aren't changing slowly. It's Generation by generation, there are major changes. That is why urban cryptids are being whipsawed so hard in the world. They have no ideas where any stability is because their world is not stable. Thumbs up for that. Checking the time, it is very late, so I'm going to do my best to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well, Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up, thank you, good to see you as well. Oh, well, now I can't use my system until it finishes. Okay, and then there's Florimu. Yeah, a lot of things here. I forgot to talk about these. I don't know where I put them. They're right here. I bought Mio flavor packets. I bought 3 of these just to check them out, and I bought a gallon of drinking water. So I'm going to be trying the Mio flavoring things and like Crystal Light stuff. So we'll see. Thumbs up, and I don't know how many people here, so let's just pretend I'm counting. JAYY, thumbs up, thank you. Hopefully I'm going to be able to talk more about the whole religious upbringing that's happening, not upbringing of some of these people. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I'm having difficulty speaking English. There is Conspo Lopez, who knows? And thank you very much for the information, it is good. And then Ninbendo YT, thumbs up. Nexor EH, thank you so very much. I am thoroughly, absolutely grateful for all the help that you have given me, and I just wanted to let you know that. You have done so much stuff, and I still have to get back with you for information on here with the laptop, so thank you so much. Thank you for being patient. My leg, I am so distracted right now. Thumbs up. We have R.L. Strange, greatly appreciated. There is Chris, thumbs up. R.J. Mitchell, always good to see you. And, the Fillmore is working. I just can't deal with it locking up like that. That's not that. Thumbs up and good to see you. And then It's Relit, thumbs up and good to see you. Hopefully you'll enjoy the rain here in Washington State again. Jared TG, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. The hokey smokes. Yeah, I got to call the hospital today and find out exactly what I'm supposed to do because I'm starting to get worried now. Maybe it's not cellulitis. Maybe it is something like terminal bone cancer. I don't know. I'm worried. It's not getting better. So thumbs up. But hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done. That would be cool. I'm just going to try and take it as easy as I can. Hokey smokes, this bloody leg. So, past that, just do the best you can. That is a good thing. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And I'm going to turn this on again. That is a very, very good thing. I wish my life wasn't my life, but every horrible thing that ever happens is just, that's my life. That's the way my life has always been.